Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I am always at this time of year in like full-on goal setting mode. So today I'm going to be talking about a little bit of a recap of my 2023 goals, a little bit of my goals for 2024. But before we get into that, I wanted to do a little bit of a fostering update. So a few weeks ago I asked for your guys' prayers because there was like a big meeting coming up that has come and gone. So I thought I would give a little bit of an update. Honestly, there's not much to update you on. I really do appreciate your prayers though, because I went into that meeting with like no anxiety, no nerves whatsoever, and that's very rare, uncommon. Like I could feel the prayers from everybody. Normally like driving to something like that right before, days before, like there would be some nerves and a certain level of anxiety. And I didn't have any of it. And I didn't really know what to expect, which I think was like both good and bad, because normally that would cause more anxiety. But yes, so thank you very much for your prayers. Like with all of my fostering updates, I try to be, you know, informative, but also vague, trying to respect privacy and everything. The meeting went well. I feel like things were said that needed to be said, and we were told that we would be given some information before Christmas. I think it was last week our social worker called and, or not ours, but the kids's, gave us a little bit of an update, kind of the decision that was made, which is not a decision at all. Unfortunately, it just means a couple more months of waiting to see what happens and then having another meeting. So I would appreciate your continued prayers for that. There is like everybody in the house is just in this like anxious stage. Like our resting state is so high with anxiety because we plan on moving within 6 months and we don't even know how many kids we're going to be moving with. And so trying to look for houses and picture the whole moving process is kind of impossible right now. So I have asked that we have an answer by the end of February, because we need to be buying a house and selling a house and figuring out what's going on. So if I have more updates at some point, I will let you know. For now, we would just appreciate your continued prayers as we wait and hopefully aren't all too anxious. Yeah, so thanks again. We'll see where things go there. Okay, now onto the goals. I just want to kind of breeze through my 2023 goals. So what I do each year is I print them out. I put them in my binder that I shared in my mother culture video recently. And then I look at them kind of like every day or every other day. And this year I feel like I kind of didn't do very well with my goals. So I did not do a video on them last year. Normally I will do like a video right around this time of year, and then I wait a few weeks before finalizing my goals and printing them out. So sometimes I tweak them a little bit. So today I'm going to be going over my personal and business type goals. I will be doing a video on Monday on my booktube channel, which I'm going to film right after this, going over my like reading and booktube type goals from last year and my ones to come. So if you're curious about that, that should be up on Monday. I'm doing a video a day there this month, and other than Saturdays when I post here, and my calendar in my head is a little fuzzy, but I think it's Monday. Okay, so 2023 goals. My personal goals. My first one was to write 200 poems in 2023 because I was writing so many in 2022. And I'll show you my page. I printed out a page. I also usually have some goal sheets in my homeschool membership and in my like booktube Patreon for people to print out. I made this one for myself. It's a 200 poems sheet, and can you see? I wrote 6 in like the first few weeks of the year. For whatever reason, I've written 0 poems for like the majority of the year, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I would blame it on like the foster kids coming back and stuff, but I wasn't writing stuff before they came back, so that one's a complete fail. Shop more at small businesses. This is something I wanted to focus on in 2023, and I think I've done better. Like I think I could still improve, but I did check that one off because I shopped more at small businesses in 2023 than I did the year before. I wanted to bike and walk locally in the summer, and I did that well in the spring, and then once the littles came back, then I didn't, because we don't have a bike trailer and the 5-year-old doesn't have a bike. So I did it well I could. And that's also something to note, is I was making these goals thinking I only had 2 bigger kids, not realizing that for most of the year I would have 4 kids, 2 of which were like 5 and under. Then I had initiate going out for coffee with friends or getting together with friends 10 times, and I exceeded that, so that's good. I wanted to make and order a 2022 photo book. I'm actually years behind. I think the last year I did was 2014. And I just made the realization this last week that I'm going to pass this on to my 13-year-old because I think she would enjoy this. I'm going to ask her, and if she's not against it, opposed to the idea, I'm going to get her to make photo books because she does like these kind of projects, so that's my hope for that one. Then I was going to study Revelation, which I talked a little bit about once again in my mother culture video. I haven't finished it, but I'm in the process of that one. I wanted to get a haircut, which I did back in January. Try out a few different hairstyles. I've tried. I don't know what to do with my hair, so it still looks the same pretty much as last year, but I tried a few things. Get new glasses, I did, and then a couple weeks ago I walked into a door frame and now they're really bent, so I need to get them adjusted. Attempt to like raw peppers. This is a work in progress. I am eating more peppers than ever before, still don't really like them. So that was the personal goals that I had, and you'll notice that like a lot of these aren't really measurable. Like you can't be like, attempt to like raw peppers, oh, eat 20 raw peppers or something. I'm just going off of like what I know. So for business goals, I wanted to switch back to chantelclawson.me for my main website, and I've done that. Then I wanted to go back to old school blogging, and my original idea was to do that on a weekly basis, and then I realized that's not old school blogging. Old school blogging is write when you want. So then I think I made another goal page for myself that I wanted to write 52 old school blog posts, and I did 16. I don't think I actually checked off all of them. I think I did a few more. I definitely didn't do 52. But that is old school blogging. Old school blogging is just writing when you want to, and I've realized that apparently now I like to do video more than writing blog posts. Next in here I have like all my booktube stuff, but I had a couple like goals in regards to homeschooling. One, I wanted to do some more poetry writing with the kids and self-publish a poetry book, and we didn't do that at all. I don't know if we wrote any poetry. My kids are resistant to it. They think they're not good at it, but they are, and we've got some great poems from the past. But I would like to do that more. And then I wanted to build my homeschool membership up to 350, and I actually haven't seen where it's at exactly. I know it's not quite there, so I didn't succeed on those ones. For me, my daughter was actually just asking the other night if she was talking to me and Jared, like if we like to set goals that are easy that we'll be able to attain to, or if we like to set like huge goals. And I like to do a bit of a variety. I do like to be able to check a few off really easily, but for the most part I try to set goals that I can't get to in order to continue to grow, to push myself to grow. I don't feel overly discouraged when I don't reach my goals, unless it's one that I like really wanted to get to. But I do like to look back and see progress. So if I'm not seeing progress, then I don't like that. Okay, so that's a look at 2023. It was a different year than I was expecting because we started out with 2 kids, ended up with 4, and well, we're ending it not knowing how many we're gonna have in a few months. So that's not the most easy thing. Now I'm going to go into my 2024 goals. Once again, I might tweak these a little bit before I print them out. Right now I have them in Notion, and then at the end of the year or beginning of 2024 I'm going to print them out so I can put them in my binder. I am still working on my word for the year as well. I will share it in a video. I think I know what it is, but I'm not 100% certain. Okay, so personal goals. The first thing I have is declutter like mad. Not really very easy to measure, but I've got a lot of decluttering to do before moving, so that's one thing I want to do. The next thing I want to do, not in this particular order, is decorate our master bedroom. So I think I want to do it here before we move. Our master room has looked different many times in this house, and right now it's very plain because we've taken down things that we had up, And before we try to sell it, I want to decorate it so it doesn't look really boring. Also, I feel like I'm getting a cold. My throat is very, like, a little bit dry, so I'm sorry if it sounds like it. So I want to decorate our master bedroom, but then when we move, I also want to decorate that master bedroom like right off the bat and not have it look boring. So let's decorate 2 master bedrooms. Then I want to try out a few new hobbies. I wrote anything but crocheting. I have a few different ideas of different things I want to do. So I've made a checklist for those. I'm not necessarily going to do each of these. Like I want to do some clay stuff, watercolor, etc. I just wrote down a bunch of different ideas for myself, but I want to try at least a couple different hobbies. I potentially want to buy an iPad. I'm thinking about this one. This is one of those like, is it a goal or not? I think it would help with some of my video content, so I'm possibly thinking about that, but it's an expensive goal, so I'll sit on that for a bit. Then I have start and maintain an art journaling or creative routine. I'm kind of leaving this one vague because in the winter I always want to art journal, but then as soon as the temperature warms up, I don't want to. And I need to keep that in mind about myself, that my creativity definitely seems to be tied to the seasons and the weather, and not beat myself up when I'm feeling not creative in the summer. This is a strange one. I want to watch the rest of the Harry Potter movies. I've watched the first 3, maybe even re-watch those ones. I didn't like them. I think they're poorly done. This is someone that read Harry Potter as an adult and started watching the movies as an adult, but I would like to finish them. So that should be an easy goal. Although the 3rd one was so cringy, I really did not like that movie. I also want to get better at reading aloud. Something I'm working on in our homeschool is reading to my kids like chapter books. It's a work in progress. I'm not good at it. Then I'm carrying over a poetry goal, and I just wrote write poetry / set aside time each week for writing, because that's the thing with poetry. I feel like I need to be in a certain mental space and like not have a lot of stuff going on in the environment around me. And I think my problem this year is just that I didn't take time for it. So I'm going to try to do that. Then I have learn how to make friends as an adult. This is going to be in relation to moving. I'm taking one friend with me and I'm so thankful for her, but I know no one else in the whole city that we're moving to. So yeah, how do you make friends as an adult? Then I want to help my kids get a business running. We have an idea where like it's all percolating, but we need to get going on that. I want to find 3 good soup recipes to add to my rotation. I never used to like soup really, except like chicken noodle when I was sick, and now I'm really craving soup, but my attempts to add new ones in have not been successful. I want to find a healthy and simple everyday breakfast smoothie. I want breakfast to be like easy and healthy, so that's my goal for that one. And I'm potentially either going to join a gym or join some kind of like sports team at some point this year. I would like to do something of the sort. Now we are on to bookish goals. I want to create a shop on my website and start putting things on there. I'm going to be also selling physical products. I have a whole video about the ideas I have for that. A lot of that will happen in the second half of the year, although some of the things might go up before. I'm also going to be creating a new reading journal. I guess this technically should be on my bookish goals because I'm almost finished my reading journal, so that's something I want to create. And I'm going to continue posting regularly to YouTube. I want to be posting minimum 1 video a week here and on my booktube channel, but ideally I would like to bump up my booktube videos. Well, not bumped up compared to December, but I would like to post between 2 and 3 a week there. I feel like that channel is in its slightly awkward teenage phase, and I think that 2024 is going to be the year where that just continues to be a hobby or it becomes something bigger. And I want to try varying my posting there a little bit, the types of videos, which I will talk more about on my booktube goals video. And then I want to do 1 to 2 videos here as well, which when I add that up, that means that's minimum 2 videos a week, which is fine. But then that also means that on the higher end, that would be 5 videos a week, not including the videos I put on my homeschool membership or my Patreon. So that's kind of a lot, but I don't know. Like I said, booktube this year, it's going to be an interesting year, and this channel, I really want to take you guys along as we move, plant a church. I feel like this is going to be a good space to share a lot of that journey. So we'll see what happens. And then my final business goal is to do more sponsored videos. So I just barely put my first sponsored video up on booktube on Friday, which is the day before this goes out. Oh man, so many videos. The calendar in my head is very confused. So yeah, yesterday my first sponsored video went out, and I've like said no to a lot of sponsored video opportunities up until now, but now I feel like it's at the point where I would like to do more. So more sponsored videos just means more than one a year, so it should be easy enough to hit that. And that is all for my like personal and business goals for the year. I would love to hear what kind of goals you guys have. Sometimes the comments inspire me to like either tweak some of my goals or add new ones in. So I always love hearing from you guys. Thank you so much for being here and for all your continued prayers.